Leon County School Board members now working without pay. But the message from most tonight, their job protecting students in Leon County is more important than a paycheck. Good evening. I'm Ava Van Valen.
And I'm Channing Frampton. Now at 5, ABC 27's Jada Williams joins us live from Raw Middle School. Jada, you learned that salaries may not be the only consequence for the school board?
Guys, one of the things that some of those board members is now concerned about is that some of the phrasing from Florida Education Commissioner Richard Corcoran says that the salaries is just an initial step.
I promise you I didn't run for this job for the salary.
Now Leon County School Board member Dee Dee Rasmussen, along with the 4 other board members, will work without pay. On Friday, the Florida Board of Education decided to withhold monthly pay of their $37,000 annual salary for every month the state finds Leon County isn't in compliance with state regulations. That's because asymptomatic students who forego quarantine must wear masks in the district. That means roughly $3,000 a month before taxes, no longer coming to the board members. However, this isn't the only source of income for most of the board.
The earlier letters from the department and from the commissioner talked about much more stringent penalties forthcoming. So I am concerned that we are in legal compliance, not because of my salary, but because of the fiscal and emotional impacts on the district.
Board member Daryl Jones says his next step includes fighting for federal funding for students.
Demand that the governor and the commissioner of education end this demagoguery and make certain that they harness the federal funds that have been made available to the state of Florida so that we can remedy learning loss, that we can have the financial resources we need to respond to juvenile violent crime.
Jones was one of the more vocal board members calling for stronger mask mandates at the beginning of the school year.
I am informed most directly by the principals and the parents found in my district. And they have also told us in glaring clear numbers of more than 9-to-1 that they wanted their children masked.
While Rasmussen advocated a different route.
Took an oath to uphold the law, and so we ought to challenge that in court, not by just ignoring, we can't just pick and choose which laws we want to follow.
Both now a united front in fighting those sanctions from the state.
But I do think it raises an interesting legal question, and that is, does the executive branch have the authority to reach into local government and discontinue funding when there's a disagreement on a policy issue?
Both of those board members I spoke with today say that one thing they are feeling confident about is the declining number in cases across Leon County schools.
And Jada, speaking of those declining numbers, students will have to follow new mask guidelines when they return to class tomorrow?
That's right, Channing. Those new mask guidelines do take effect as of right now. Any student, the mask for students in school are optional, no more medical opt-out. But if a student is unvaccinated, asymptomatic, and has been exposed to COVID-19, they will have to wear that mask for the 7 days if they choose not to quarantine. Again, that all begins when students return tomorrow. Reporting live, Jada Williams, ABC 27.
All right, thanks, Jada. And taking a closer look, on October 7th, the Florida Board of Education ruled that Leon County, along with 7 other school districts, violated state policy. Leon County had originally required students in kindergarten through 8th grade to wear a mask, with a doctor's note required to opt out. The State Board of Education said that violated Governor DeSantis' ban on school mask mandates. Last week, Leon County adjusted their policy and allowed for a parental opt-out, but the state says requiring students who were exposed to COVID wear a mask if they return to school is still a violation.